Hello, everybody.
Hello, Shikaji. Shikaji is an expert in Vedic KP, Nadi and its combination and is a master of Vastu Shastra, science of directions. Shikaji teaches and coaches the principle of Nadi and its combination and is a personal coach as well. So she also holds workshops in astrology along with other astrologers and teaches Vastu from levels 1 to 3. And today on this video, she's going to share with us the story of the Vastu Purush and the creation of the Vastu Purush Mandala. Thank you for joining us, Shikaji.
Thank you for inviting me, and thanks Arjun sir for inviting me on his channel.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity. So, can we start the today's session?
Yes.
Okay. Now, everybody, I think, will be knowing this Vastu Purush, how he has come into being and how he has taken birth. But since we are thinking of starting a series, so this is the introduction to that series today.
Okay.
So today's session will be a very small one, just giving the introduction of the coming different videos on this series. Okay. Okay. So the esoterics about Vastu Purush is, once Lord Shiva was fighting a battle with a demon called as Andakasura. And this battle went on so long, very long. One day, Shiva started feeling, one day, Lord Shiva killed Andakasura, but he was very, very tired. And what happened is his sweat fell on the ground. Now, this sweat on the ground took a shape and a size and became a living being. And the first thing that he intook as food was the blood of Andakasura. So, since he was a part of Shiva and a part of Demon also, the Andakasura, he had both the qualities. He became a demon and he became so huge, and his only aim in life was eating. He would eat everything that came on his way. Even after eating, his hunger would not satisfy. He would just go on eating, but still he would still not feel satisfied with what he had. So because of this, he started praying to Lord Shiva. He started his obedience to Lord Shiva. And after many, many years and long years of his prostrations to Lord Shiva, finally Lord Shiva was happy and he came in front of him and he asked him, okay, ask me what you wish for, a boon. So Andakasura said, I want to eat everything. Give me the permission to eat everything, and that the food does not end for me. There is always something or the other for me to eat. So Shiva said, okay, granted. The boon is granted. He said, I want to eat everything on the three lokas. The three lokas being the heaven, the earth, and the patal loka. So he said, okay, granted. Now Andakasura was very happy because he had lots to eat now. But he started eating everything. But now the gods and the demons were worried because he would eat everything that came in his way and no one could stop it. And he had grown so huge that no one could face him. So all the deities and gods went to Lord Brahma because they were very worried. So Lord Brahma, or in some of the texts, it is written as Lord Shiva. So any one of the two, they advise all the demons and the gods. They devise a plan. They said that when he descends on the earth, you all also go together, and just as he lands on the earth, you all catch him up and sit on. So just as soon as this demon was ascending towards the earth or descending towards the earth, all the deities, the demons, 45 deities and demons together descended on the earth. They caught hold of him, took him face downwards, flat, and they sat wherever they took hold of him, all the 45 deities. And they sat on him so that he could not get up again. And that is how the Vastu Purush is made. And he got the name as Vastu Purush, which was given to him by Brahma. Now what happened was, he started crying. Where is my fault in all this? Shiva has granted me a boon. I am created because of Shiva's sweat. So why are you doing this injustice to me? That time Lord Brahma said, you will get a major place wherever there is construction done on the earth. You will be the first deity they will have to pray to. You will be the first deity they will have to give dana of food. So that is why we all pray to him and we do that Vastu Purush Shanti before we enter a house or before we do the housewarming or anything. So that is a reason. And Brahma also told him that you can trouble the people who do not build the place according to the rules of the Vastu. So that is why people have problems when their Vastu is not correct. And reward the people, those who have everything in place. Okay. So among the deities and the demons, the gods and the demons, the deities, the gods sat on the north and the east. The deities sat on the north and the east, and the demons took west and the south. That is why the first rule in Vastu is that we should have an open north and the east to get in the positive vibrations of the deities. And the south and the west are to be blocked so that the negative energies do not come. This is the first rule of Vastu. Now just let us see how we get these 45 deities. For commercial purposes and residential purposes, we do a 9 by 9 square, that is the 81 pada square. It is called as 81 pada. So if you count these squares from here, this is the 9th square. So from here to here 9, so 9 by 9 is 81 squares. Here there are 81 squares. Okay, but in these 81 squares, there are only 45 deities sitting. Let's see how the deities are sitting. When we divide the place in 9 by 9 squares, the central The 9 squares go to Lord Brahma because he is the creator. It is from here the creation takes place. That's why we always say and see that the Brahmastan is completely empty. There is no weight on this Brahmastan because we don't want to stop the creations coming from the Lord Himself. Okay. Now, after this, Brahma gave rise to four main entities on the north, the east, the south, and the west. Okay. In the north, it is the Bhudar. These 6 squares are occupied by Bhudar. Deity Bhudar. Okay, he is also called as Prithvidhar. See, I can mark this for you over here. These are the corresponding names of the deities in this. In the east, it was Aryama. 6 squares occupied by Aryama. In the south, it was Vivaswan. Okay, and in the west, it is Mitra. He is the friend of Varuna, which is the main deity over here. Okay. Then there are pair of devatas, that is up and Upvatsa in the northeast. They occupy 2 portions each, that is total 4 portions, but they come in pairs. Okay. Then there is Savitar and Savitra in the southeast. Indra and Jaya in the southwest. And Rudra and Rudrani in the northwest. Okay. So, in total, the inner circle of the Vastu Purush has 13 deities. And the outer one, can you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 32? The 32 deities sit outside.
Even the ones in pairs are actually female and male? Is that what the polarity is showing? Like,
Yeah, maybe. The 2 actually, yes.
like Ida Bengala, like, kind of a balance
They are just pairs.
the pairs.
Cannot, yeah.
They're not gender.
Yeah, no gender. Okay. So there are from 1 to 9, then that is the east. 9 deities on the east. This 9th lord is common to the east direction and the south direction. Same way the 17th one is common to south and west. And same way 25th. And so in this way, we have 32 deities sitting outside in the outside. So we hope to do a series of these deities. That's why this information was very necessary. If I had started just with one person, so it was not clear, it would not have been clear. So let's see. And this is what I have given an explanation. The 9 by 9 grid forming 81 squares. The central 9 are assigned to Lord Brahma, 6 cells each for Aryama in the east, Vivaswan in the south, Mitra in the west, and Bhudar in the north. Paired gods are Savita and Savitra, Indra and Indrajit, Rudra Rudrajit, up and upwards. Then there are the four main directions, the north, south, east and west. These have Dikpalas. The north Dikpala is Lord Kubera. The east is Lord Indra. The south is Yama and the west is Varuna. And the four sub-directions also have their own Dikpalas. Okay? So, totally 8 Dikpalas. The remaining squares in the east are given to Sun Devtas, the Adityas. Now, these Adityas, as we all know, are the Sun Devtas. Therefore, they bring in light and brightness. And the west is occupied by the dark Devtas, that is the demons, and they always represent darkness. In the north are the nourishing Devtas, because the fourth house also is moon and mother is always nourishing. Kubera is placed over there. He is the money god. Always come the nourish us. Money is very necessary, the wealth. And the south ones represent the death, because the main deity over there is Yama. Okay. So we come to the end of this session. If you have any queries,
Very interesting, Shikhaji.
thank you so much.
Really interesting. I mean, just the way you put everything down in a grid, and when you look into a property, you can actually foresee.
Yes.
And
In my classes, I teach them which are the good padas and which are the bad ones, where should be the main door and everything.
and also where the office should be, or where your chair should
Yeah.
be staying, and everything. So
Yes, that is the basics of Vastu. That's what means Vastu.
yeah, and you also do the charts along with this. So you
Yes.
find the person in accordance to their mind, and in accordance also aligning the person to get the right energies to function
Yes, right.
full capacity.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shikhaji.
Thank you.